Anger, Kelly. Here's the state of play. Here's this.
MSNBC sucks.
How are you?
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. I don't know if you guys noticed, but Primetime 99 Alex Stein is up to his shenanigans again. I gotta say, he's hitting us with some pretty legendary clips right now. And you know, I got this simple, dumb little clip from Alex Stein, but you know what? It's got me thinking about the era that we're living in and how things have changed. You know, we're living in the golden age of media mockery. It's the age of collective revolt against the mainstream media press. So we got maybe a stupid viral little clip, but a very potent and significant point. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so let's go ahead and roll the clip here. We got Alex Stein, Primetime 99, somehow getting press credentials again and sneaking up behind an MSNBC live shot and just, you know, doing what he usually does, causing complete mayhem.
We just watched the speaker gavel out with a whole lot of anger, Kelly. Here's the state of play. Here's this.
MSNBC sucks.
Hey, how are you?
MSNBC sucks.
Talk to you for a second.
MSNBC sucks.
You can see.
Okay.
You can see the frustration.
Sometimes this happens, and we understand that that can happen. And while we love free speech, we're going to keep control here. Ryan has cleared the set, as we would like to say. The gentleman moved on. So, Ryan, let me turn back to you. Nicely handled there. Can you give us an update on, as you were walking us through this, we'll all take a breath there. Maybe not. Okay. Go ahead, Ryan. See,
Hold on 1 second,
Yeah.
Kelly.
Okay. We're just going to pull the plug there. Thank
Kelly,
you,
this
Ryan.
is all playing out in real time.
It sure
Passion is high.
Yes.
There's a whole lot of anger here, as you can see. So we're going to get a control of this and come back to you when we can.
Fair enough, fair enough. And we recognize people are expressing their views, and we're there to cover it. You do that job.
Such simple words. And you could see how it completely derailed the whole broadcast. The fake news bot started to malfunction. I guess it had no protocol programming set for this kind of scenario. But anyways, you get it. Just a stupid little viral clip, but also one of those moments where the satire kind of punches straight through the media matrix. Because here's the thing, MSNBC does suck, and he's absolutely right. They present what they do as journalism, but there's no journalism at MSNBC, no, just highly professional gaslighting for the DNC. And it's not like we have to reach very far to find this complete corrupt behavior. No, let's just take a look right now as we've got a massive scandal breaking, a confirmed, now documented, through declassified government files, web of sedition involving Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, the Steele dossier, the fake FISA warrants. Let's call it the Obamagate operation. We've got tons of files that you can actually read, engage in journalism, present what's being alleged to the audience. No, but instead, what does MSNBC do?
The headlines were dominated by the Jeffrey Epstein controversy, and then the president was sort of trying to change the topic very obviously, and in many different venues was trying to bring up these unsubstantiated claims about the role he argues former President Obama had in the 2016 election and trying to suppress some information that he says would have been damaging if it had come to light. This is looking into something for which there is no evidence to back it up, and it's really, it seems, a politically motivated move to keep the focus on one of the president's clear political foes and talk about basically anything else.
These are unsubstantiated and largely debunked allegations by the Trump administration that former President Barack Obama and his aides in the intelligence community ordered a probe into the 2016 Trump campaign's connections to Russia to ruin his chances of becoming president. The source tells NBC News that a letter signed by Pam Bondi instructs an unnamed federal prosecutor to begin presenting evidence to secure potential indictments, although it is unclear what the charges would be and exactly who the grand jury will be targeting.
Let me ask you, does that qualify as journalism to you? An outright blank dismissal, refusing to actually cover the documents or any of the relevant details, just deflect, and blatantly lie. We got Joe frickin' Scarborough, Morning Joe, again, MSNBC, just the other day telling us fresh in the morning that actually any suggestion that Hillary Clinton was involved here is Russian disinformation.
The timeline doesn't add up. It's like when Donald Trump is saying that Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton created the Epstein files. No. That all happened during Donald Trump's first term. You look at the timeline here about what happened and when it happened. Barack Obama had nothing to do with this by anybody's accounts, and especially by the Senate Republican Intelligence Committee run by Marco Rubio, who afterwards said that it was Donald Trump's 2016 campaign that created a, quote, grave counterintelligence threat to the United States of America. We even found out that the two documents that supposedly, fed into the Clinton conspiracy, that she was the one pushing this, actually was Russian disinformation.
But this, of course, coming from the same Joe Scarborough that told us the Hunter Biden laptop was a Russian disinformation operation.
Talk about Facebook having problems and Twitter having problems with a story that even the New York Post knew was a lie. They published a series of lies peddled to them by Rudy Giuliani, who admitted that nobody else would take it but Rupert Murdoch's New York Post, because they might look into it and tell the truth. Here we are in 2020. This is what it's come down to, America. Giuliani is feeding Russian misinformation to Donald Trump and feeding Russian disinformation to the New York Post. They know it's a lie.
And this, of course, coming from the same Joe Scarborough who told us that Joe Biden was cogent.
Comparing that guy's mental state, I've said it for years now, he's cogent. But I undersold him when I said he was cogent. He's far beyond cogent. In fact, I think he's better than he's ever been. This version of Biden, intellectually, analytically, is the best Biden ever.
None of this is journalism. It's basically the private media arm of the Democrat Party. It's the network for the Trump deranged.
Life in the United States is profoundly changing. It's profoundly different than it was even 6 months ago. Because we do now live in a country that has an authoritarian leader in charge. We have a consolidating dictatorship in our country. I mean, when you imagine an authoritarian country, right, what you imagine is masked secret police breaking people's car windows and snatching people off the streets and out of church parking lots and courtroom hallways and taking them away with no charges, no notice, no paperwork, no explanation. All these extraordinary powers and shows of force will be framed as necessary to stop this terrible internal enemy, right? Frame everything as immigration enforcement. Because for immigration enforcement, not only is all force justified, but maximum force is preferred. And they're trying to make it into a national entertainment to threaten to feed immigrants to alligators in South Florida. They're making them eat off dishes on the floor like they're dogs. The Chrome Detention Center in Florida.
Tune in every day so Rachel Maddow can tell you how the world is ending thanks to Donald Trump. Quick, let's cue to a Democrat making the argument that Donald Trump is an existential threat.
The debate now among Democrats is, how do you answer the following question? Is Donald Trump an existential threat to democracy in his second term? Or is Donald Trump's second term bad, but like his first term, survivable if we just wait it out, right? And I just want you to know from your senator, as someone who sits in that room on your behalf, I am in camp number one. He is an existential threat to democracy.
Yes, Donald Trump is an existential threat. The world is going to implode on itself within the next 4 years. We're not going to get through it like we got through the first time. Oh, quick, let's pivot to Robert Reich, who's now going to explain to us how the president committed treason by firing an employee that he liked.
You get a country that no longer has the kind of confidence in the information it gets from very, very competent places. The Bureau of Labor Statistics is the crown jewel of our data sources in the government for what is happening in the economy. It's like the Federal Reserve Board. Trump attacks the Fed because he doesn't like what the Fed is doing, and he is undermining the public's faith in these institutions. This is, in my book, this is treasonous.
Yes, the president committed treason by firing somebody as the top executive of the country. Oh no, I love MSNBC. Totally a redeemable network. Definitely not propaganda slop. And boy, I gotta tell you, I love that we live in a world where there's such a counterculture and such a media presence in the world of independent media. The way these networks are getting pranked in these viral moments, the way these arrogant puppets, these marionettes like Stephen Colbert are getting sacked from their jobs and losing their show pulled off air, the way the lamestream media at large has basically been cut in half in terms of their views and subscriptions across the board. It's just something worth celebrating. It's something worth seeing. And that's very simply because they deserve it. MSNBC does suck. And while these arrogant snobs would want you to believe that Alex Stein in that clip, well, he's the clown. Oh, he's an unhinged nutjob crashing their very, very serial newscast, as they sit up there flustered, unable to operate, without a frickin' teleprompter telling them what to say, while they sit up there with their fancy makeup and their $10 million studio as they pretend to be the serious people and Alex Stein is the clown. The reality is, it's totally flipped. He's right, and maybe he's just clowning on them. Why don't we flip the script, huh? Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.